I had kind of seen myself doing something like in the pregnancy center. I knew Pure Truth was about relationship education, sexual education for students, but I knew I liked to teach people. So I was like, okay, I realized that really if someone had taught me about some of these things when I was growing up, it wouldn't have caused me to exhibit any kind of behaviors that would have, that I didn't believe in. It would have actually just gave me more education. These kids are talking about these things already. They're talking amongst themselves about these things. They're trying to find out more information, and they're providing each other with lies, with rumors, and they're spreading these things around. And that was just a revelation to me. They're going to talk about it anyway. Somebody's talking, and it might as well be people that have more of the truth. If they can sense that you're wanting to connect with them and care about them, that just really goes a long ways. But really, all in all, the majority of interactions with the students, they're very positive.
The first time I came to the pregnancy center, I was very scared. I didn't think that my pregnancy was going to go to full term.
I got pregnant really young, and it was just really tough and hard.
We were wanting to plan for children, but we didn't think it was going to happen for a little bit longer. So it happened very quickly.
They've helped me in a lot of ways with just like advice. Even when classes were over, it was just great conversations after, and they've just been very helpful and motivational to me.
Well, thanks to the programs at Grace House, we have learned to parent different our kids than what we were taught. The program Nurturing Families has been a lot of help. Like every week I go, I learn something different from the program.
There was an experience that happened to me that I really took in and I'll never forget. And I want to say it was Sierra, but I was having kind of just like a hard day, and she came up to me and she just told me that she loved me and she was praying for me and that I meant a lot to her and the community there. And I really took it in, and it really just made me feel really good.
When I first found out I was pregnant, I went to a pregnancy center in Fort Worth and to take a pregnancy test. They really didn't make me feel like they were there for me and for my baby. It was mostly like, I want to make sure you have this baby. That was the most important thing to them, not so much me taking care of the baby. And then when I got introduced to Grace House, I was a little hesitant on that aspect. Most of the things that you hear about pregnancy centers are not the greatest as far as like once you have the baby. Most just kind of trickle out. But Grace House has been there for us the whole time, has helped us tremendously in more ways than we could even thank you guys for.
Thank you for all that you've done and all that you've put in and all the supplies that you've given for me and other moms and parents. It's been a blessing, and I'm very thankful.
I found out I was pregnant when I was 37 in May of 2022. I heard about Option Clinic and that they did pregnancy testing there. I didn't know what to do with it. I didn't know if I wanted to keep it, if I could terminate the pregnancy. And that's when I met Denise, and she prayed with me. She prayed, and we prayed together about it, and she took me to the back room where they did the ultrasounds and showed me the baby, and we prayed some more, and she told me everything was gonna be okay, that I was gonna make the right decision. Yeah, but when I heard her heartbeat and saw her on that ultrasound, I was like, I can't, cause I didn't know what I was gonna do. So I left there, and she kept in touch with me through the whole thing. She's like, Maribel, you know how you're doing. Told me about the program for Grace House, and that I could go there and get some help. Before I got pregnant with my daughter, I was going out a lot, I was drinking a lot, and I was kind of getting lost there for a minute. And when I got pregnant with her, and we were looking for a name, and we didn't even know what it was gonna be, if it was gonna be a girl or a boy. But as soon as, I was like, if it's a girl, this is what I'm gonna name her, because Genesis, in the first book of Genesis, and verse 2 and 3 talks about how God gave light to the world and made the world out of nothing. And I thought, you know, she's my beginning again. She is my light, you know, in my dark world that I was living in. You know, God's, you know, put this little light in my life. I don't know, it's just amazing what a baby can do.